Hi boys and girls, Mr. Chung here. Today we're going to be going over bouncing, progressing to dribbling. Okay? So we want to make sure, first of all, that we have a good, decent ball, that it does have enough air, that it does come back up pretty close to where you're dropping the ball. Okay? So if you need to pump it up a little bit, great. We do not want the ball to be too hard. I would not recommend starting with like a soccer ball or a basketball. Some of our younger kids have had problems with jamming their fingers or getting too ambitious, and they would actually bounce the ball really hard and then it would come back up into their face. So we want to make sure that they're progressing with the video and listening to the video and the cues so that we don't have any injuries. Hard. We want to slightly lean, knees bent. So side view, athletic stance, okay, knees bent, bend the knees, slight bend, okay. And what we're going to start by doing is we're just going to hold the ball here, elbows to our side here, and we're just going to drop it and catch it. Drop it, catch it. Drop it, catch it. So, again, all we're doing is, okay, dropping, catching. I'm not pushing on the ball. I'm not pushing on the ball at all. I'm just got my elbows to the side. I'm in my athletic stance, dropping, catching. Dropping, catching. Dropping, catching. Okay? So that's how I want you to start, is getting the feel of the ball, of how high it bounces. You may not need to push it very hard, or you don't want to push it right now. All you're doing is dropping, catching, dropping, catching, dropping, catching, dropping, catching. Now, what we're going to work on is the push. It's a little bit different, and we're going to make sure we're not pushing too hard. All right, now, the difference is going to be that when we drop the first time, we had our hands like this, right next to the ball. Okay, and we want our elbows here. Okay, and we're dropping, catching. Okay, dropping, catching. Now, this portion, we're going to try and move our hands up a little bit to the top, and we're going to be using our wrist to push the ball down. We're not raising up our elbows. We're not bending a lot. We are right here, gonna use our wrists. So we're gonna bring it up. We're gonna push it down. Okay, so bring it down, push it down. Okay, so bring it up, push it down. Bring it up, push it down. Bring it up, push it down. Okay, and so one thing I want to make sure is your hand is going to be kind of relaxed. We're not going to have our hands stiff. We're going to mold our fingers around the ball. Our fingertips shouldn't be this way. So we're going to be molding, and we're going to kind of almost be pushing our fingertips into the ball. Now, when we push on the ball, okay, waist high, when we push, the last things that are going to be pushing are our fingertips. The last things touching the ball are going to be our finger pads. So we're pushing that. You see how I'm doing that? I'm pushing down on that using my finger. So if I didn't have a ball, okay, this is what it would look like. Okay? All right? Okay? So let's see that again. Here. Okay? Push. 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 Next, the progression is going to be this. Instead of catching the ball now, you're going to just try and keep the ball moving, and when it touches your hand, you're going to push back down without catching the ball. Okay? So here, you see, I'm just using my wrist. I'm not slamming the ball like this. I got my elbows next to my my body. I'm in a good athletic stance still. Feet shoulder width apart. Okay, so I really want you to focus on, you are pushing with our wrists and not our whole hand or arm, okay? So we're not really extending the arm like this. We are elbows to our side, pushing. It's gonna have two hands on the ball, but we're gonna actually take one of the hands and put it kind of on top. So we might have the ball like this. So we now have the hand on top. So what we're gonna do is what we did with our two-hand dribble, we're just going to push and then catch. Push and then catch. So we're gonna be having one hand down here. We're gonna have our athletic stance still. Make sure we're in the athletic stance. Okay, feet shoulder width apart. And we're going to push, catch. Push, catch. Push, catch. Okay? So all we're doing is pushing, catching the ball. Push, catch. 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 Now, the ideal thing is to practice both sides. So now I'm going to take my other hand and we're going to push, catch, 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 push, catch. Okay. All right. So I want you to keep practicing that because that's what we want to get to. We want to be able to do it with one hand, but we're going to progress, one step at a time. So we have our hands up here once again. And remember our hands, okay, are gonna be kind of molded to the ball. They're not gonna be fingers pointing out. And we're going to be lifting it up, pushing it down. Lifting it up, pushing it down, okay? Push. We're pushing, we're not hitting it down, okay? All right, so let's take a look again. We're in our athletic stance. Push, catch. Push, catch. Push, catch, push, catch, push, catch, push, catch, push, catch. Now switch hands, okay? Push, catch, push, catch, push, catch, push, catch, push, catch, push, catch. The next thing's gonna be a catch, push, push. So push, push, catch. 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 Now, switch hands. Push, push, catch. Push, push, catch. Push, push, catch. Okay, remember, we're still in that good athletic stance. Our elbows are still kind of close to our body. Okay, we're not lifting up. Okay. Push, push, catch. Push, push, catch. Push, push, catch, okay? All right, make sure our hands are staying very relaxed. We're not stiff, we're not straight, okay? We're not hitting it with our finger points, okay? We're molding our hand and our pads are touching the ball, okay? Push, push, catch, okay? The next progression is gonna be to try and do as many one-hand pushes without catching the ball. Let's see how you can progress, okay? So you're gonna go push, 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 okay? Now, if you can get up to 10, that's awesome, all right? Now, what I want you to do then is switch hands, of course, okay? So we're gonna go push, 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 okay? So remember, okay, we want to have a good athletic stance. We want our hands here, our elbows kind of close to our body. We're not going to have our elbows out here. We're not gonna be dribbling the ball hands out here, okay? Remember that we want our hands to be molded to the ball, okay? We don't want our hands, fingertips sticking out or so we wanna make sure our fingers are molded to the ball. We don't want them lifting off the ball. We want this.